my friends. Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa Stringworks Man Cave with our guest from Germany, Peter.
Hello, everybody.
Peter, say your last name.
I'm Peter Laubach.
There you go. Like I said, that's his last name. You know me, I can't even speak English, let alone anything in German. You're in for a treat because Peter's going to treat you a little bit later. Keep in mind we're in America and we have a German fella who's going to be singing an Italian song in Italian. What more could you ask for? I mean, it's pretty cool if you ask me. Hey, I talked about this knife blade yesterday. Well, look at this. That thing, let me get up where I can show it in the camera. That is a knife. It's the old, thing from that movie, it's not a knife, mate. This is a knife. Well, this is a knife. I'm telling you right now. This blade is night and day different than the blade that was in it. One of the comments yesterday was, I have a stainless steel blade. It's always been adequate, or it's been fine for me. And I would say that that's probably true for most people. But if you've ever had a real steel blade, a high carbon steel blade, and if you will just be spoiled. I mean, it's way different. For sharpening, I can sharpen this in 1/10 the time it takes me to sharpen that stainless steel blade. This is so sharp, it's scary sharp. I mean, it'll almost cut you by looking at you, just looking at it. I can just shave hair, no problem at all with this. Where I could never get that stainless steel knife sharp enough to really shave hair well. I mean, it would do it, but not very well. This thing shaves it like it's a razor. It's totally different. So anyway, if you've never had that type of blade, I recommend you try it one time. It will spoil you, guarantee you. Let's move into some songs. Peter's going to entertain you here. I'm going to sort of play along in the background. So what are we going to do first, Peter?
Yeah, there is a song. It's from an Italian guy. He was playing the violin, and he was in the Russian desert together with a friend. And he was so homesick. And he found out this melody, and his friend has made the words for it. That's the lyrics, I mean. And that's great. And it describes the Italian, which is homesick. And everybody thought it is an Italian hymn, but it is not. Everybody thought. And there was an American guy, I think from Memphis, you know him. He made different lyrics.
Oh,
on the song,
you mean like Elvis?
Yeah, that's right.
Elvis sang this song with different words.
That's it.
It's at least the same melody.
Che bella cosa già notare il sole, un'aria serena dopo una tempesta, per l'aria fresca pagiana festa. Che bella cosa già notare il sole, ma tu sole, che bella ojene, o sole mio, strana fonte a te. O sole mio, strana fonte a te, strana fonte a te. Qua fanno di sole, se senza bevene quasa, una malinconia, sotto una festa, tu io restaria, qua fanno te, o sole, senza Manna tu sole, che bella ojene, o sole mio, sta una fonte a te. O sole Oh sole mio, strafonte a te, strafonte a te.
Perfect.
It's
That's
not-
awesome. That's very good. That's super good.
I don't know a word of Italian.
Sounds like you do to me. He doesn't speak Italian, but he sings it in Italian. So I wish Matteo is going to be here, I think, Friday. And, those of you who've been watching, you know that Matteo was my exchange student from Italy back, years ago. Well, we're still in contact, and he still comes here all the time. He's full grown and got his own family now and a business and everything, and he's the one that owns Comida Systems. But I wish he was here so that he could hear you sing that to see if you're singing the right words or whatever.
Yeah, that's okay. It's fine, okay. But I checked it with Pavarotti,
You have checked it with Pavarotti. Okay,
he's
well,
a friend of mine. He has been a friend of mine.
I think Peter's got another song. Do you have a story about this one?
No, this is just when people get apart, they should give you back the heart. That's it.
Is this a Hank Williams song, or do we know?
I don't know really, but it can be.
Oh, okay.
Take these chains from my heart and set me free. You grown cold, no longer care for me. All my faith in you is gone, my heart it lingers on. Take these chains from my heart and set me free. Take these tears from my eyes and let me see just the spark of the love that used to be. If you love somebody new, let me find a new love too. Take these chains from my heart and set me free. Give my heart just a word of sympathy. Be as fair to my heart as you can be. Then if you no longer care for the love being there, take these chains from my heart and set me free. Take these chains from my heart and set me free. You grow cold, no longer care for me. All my faith in you has gone, but hearts linger on. Take these chains from my heart and set me free. Take these chains from my heart and set me free.
Perfect. Very good. Very, very good. Peter's a very good musician and very good singer. And I can tell you all enjoyed it based on your comments there, too. So we'll get to the comments in a minute. Let me show you what happened. I said there was explosions. Well, there's two different kinds of explosions. And this first one, well, the video will speak for itself. Friends, one of my sayings that I say all the time is, I either say it never quits or there's always something. And this applies to the theme of this morning. I was driving the Ranger down the county road and just trucking along, and all at once, kapow, things wouldn't go forward anymore. The engine is fine, it starts, it runs, but it has no forward motion. Well, I first thought it was probably the rear end has gone out in the thing, because I just expect that to happen. But, you know, you always think the worst, and I really did think about that that's what it was. But then I got to thinking later in the evening, and I thought, it's probably the drive belt. And then after I looked down in here, there's drive belt pieces everywhere. So we know for sure we got a drive belt problem. Hopefully that's the only problem. So that's what I'm doing this morning, is tearing this cover off. I've got it a little bit off, or I've got several bolts loose. But you know, the one thing for sure I cannot do is see in the dark. And everything's in the dark. And I'm using one hand to hold both the camera and the light, and the other hand to loosen the bolts. It's just not easy being me. Have you ever heard that before? Oh, that hurts my hands so bad. That motion is turning the keys is what hurts the worst. And rotating my hands like this just aches. That's why I don't work on instruments. That's one of the reasons. I can't get my hand in there to pull the bolt out. Got it. It's like they don't give you any room at all on these things. It's unbelievable how tight everything is. And I've got to get up there in front somehow and get the other bolts out. And that would be easy if this wasn't in the way. But I've got to slide in there, so I'm going to have to set the camera down, or maybe put the camera on a tripod. Well, let's see if that works for you. I don't know if it's going to work for me or not. I seriously can't see where I got to go. I could maybe get to some of them from up above through the seat well. Looks like I can get to some of them from up here, going down through the seat. Yeah, that's a lot easier on these. At least I get these two out. I think there's at least one or two more. One more for sure. And I think the last one's down here somewhere. I think that's it, but I haven't loosened it yet, so I gotta use this. There we go. That might be the last one. Okay. All right, so as far as I can tell, the cover is loose. As far as I can tell, I said. Yep, it looks like it. And there's what's left of the belt. So we know the belt's no good. That part we got figured out. Oh my gosh, it's a mess. Which way does it come off? It's tangled up around there. Wouldn't you know, that would have to be, you know, part of it, the equation too. No wonder it sounded so bad. There it is. Got her out of there. Now, let me inspect and make sure there's no other pieces in bad places. Doesn't appear to be. It looks clean. Now let me see if I would happen to have an extra belt. I know I bought extra belts of something, but probably not for this.
No, I didn't have an extra belt for that, unfortunately. And even Peter, as he took a walk down the road, he came back with pieces of my belt. He brought them back. He said, it looked like chocolate, little pieces of chocolate. Yeah, it exploded. Pretty much
and he should try to glue it with super glue.
Yeah. I don't want to waste anything. We should just try to put it back together. I don't think that's going back together. No. That's pretty bad shape. But here's the other kind of explosion that happened around here this morning.
Trinian thinks he's big enough to shoot my 308. I think it's a mistake. I really do. He wants to shoot it at the Tannerite. I'm going to let him do it, but boy, I think it's a mistake. All right, now make sure you're on it before you squeeze the trigger very slowly. Be right on it.
You got it. Oh, wow. I missed. Does your shoulder hurt? Yeah.
Oh.
You hit it.
Wow.
Two for two. Yep. I'm going to.
Nope. Wow, we did it. Well, they had fun with that anyway. They like to hear the explosions, you know. But Trinian, I was kind of proud of him for shooting that big gun. That's a heavy, I mean, just made my shoulder sore, and I knew it would do that to him, you know. One shot was enough for him, though. He decided that was okay. But at least he was brave enough to do it. So I've kind of twisted Peter's arm, and I think we're going to get him to do another song.
But there is a story for this song.
Okay, tell the story.
Yeah, I had a friend, Wolfgang, and we played together 5 years. And he later on died from cancer. But this was his best song. He loved it almost. And on his funeral, he played his own song because I had recorded it.
Oh my gosh.
And that was the only thing I could play from him. And this song, so I gave it with him on the funeral.
Well, it's a sad story, but I'm glad you told the story so that.
But he loved it. I know that.
Yeah, it has more meaning that way. So here we go. What's it called?
This is "Give My Love to Rose" by Johnny Cash. I found him by the railroad track this morning. I could see that he was nearly dead. I kneeled down beside him and I listened to hear the words the dying fella said. They let me out in prison down in Frisco. 10 long years I paid what I have done. I'm trying to get back to Louisiana to see my wife and get back to my son. Give my love to Rose, please won't you, mister? Take her all the money, tell to buy some pretty clothes. Tell my boy his daddy's so proud of him. And don't forget to give my love to Rose. Tell him I say thanks for waiting for me. Tell my boy to help his mom at home. Tell my Rose to try to find another, for it ain't good that she should live alone. Mister, here's the bag with all my money. It won't last long the way it goes. God bless you for finding me this morning. And don't forget to give my love to Rose. Give my love to Rose, please won't you, mister? take all my money to buy some pretty clothes. Tell my boy his daddy's so proud of him. And don't forget to give my love to Roo.
Very good. Johnny Cash, he would be proud.
That's a fine guitar.
It's a decent guitar. That. By the way, that guitar is one of the auction guitars. That's the D28. It does have some loose binding around the waist there. You know. Yeah, you notice how it is backwards, isn't it, in the camera?
Yeah, it's the other way around.
Anyway, but it is a good guitar. It's a little bit action could be a little bit lower, you know, that kind of thing. But that's just your typical Martin. They're always needing to be a little bit lower. But overall, it's a good guitar. So that'll be coming up on the auction block before too long. You did a good job playing it too, Peter.
Yeah, that was the guitar that helped me a lot.
Well, let's see. We're going to get up closer so I can see the comments. They're a little too far away. So we'll go through the comments now and see what's going on. Ben Boyd looks like he was the first one in there. And then Joe Nigan. And Tom Armstrong says, good afternoon, Jerry. Best way to replace bottom 3 inches of outdoor rotted casing molding on deck, patio, slide door is similar to clamshell casing, but thicker and more profile. Well, I don't know if I can help you exactly with the profile without really seeing it, but what I would suggest that you do, and this is just me talking, so I would suggest you cut it off square, like about, 6-8 inches above the ground, wherever it makes sense to cut it off, like above the rot. And then I would replace it with you can buy this, PVC board these days. It looks like wood, and you could even switch it and make it a block, and make it just a square and have your trim run into the square block, and that PVC board won't rot away, And then if you wanted to, you could even get I think they make the PVC in molding also, and you might be able to find it to match, but that's what I've done on several doors around here because they've rotted off, and I've got some more I need to fix too that are rotted off at the bottom, and when I fix those, I'm going to put in the PVC so that they won't rot again. That's the best suggestion I've got. I don't know if that'll help you or not. Bill Rhodes says, good afternoon. Raul Todd says, good afternoon, Jerry and everyone from the West Bank of New Jersey. And moving on down, after we went live here, we got Jim Graham was the first one in there, Bill Byler. And then Ben Boyd's got some question marks. What degree edge did you put on your knife blade? I put the seat of the pants edge on there, the degree. I just do it by feel, and I don't have any degree that I use. I just do it by feel. I don't know. It's the way I've always done it. All I know is it's scary sharp now. I promise you, it's scary sharp. It really is. In fact, it's so sharp that when I let the boys, they wanted to feel it. It really bothered me because I was afraid the little one was going to rub his finger down the length of it. And if you do that, it's going to cut you. I mean, it's going to cut you. Let's see. Anyway, so I don't have a degree. I'd tell you if I did. Gino Hitch, hi Jerry and friends, just got home from cataract surgery. Well, God bless you. I hope everything goes really well for that. I've heard that can be life-changing. I hope it works out really well for you. David Thorpe, I just ordered a Life Alert bracelet from Amazon. That way if I get a life, I will be notified immediately. David, you are messed up. Let's see. Bill Mumbo, congratulations. Gino, yeah, talking to Gino up there. Yeah, great. I agree. Peter has some pipes. That's what Ben Boyd says. Bill Mumbo's applauding you. And let's see here. Dottie Hildebrand, didn't they sing this song in the kids' movie Lady and the Tramp? The O Sole Mio? O Sole Mio?
The Lady and the Tramp. Yes, can be true.
They may have. I don't know. And Bruce Ducker says Hank Williams Sr.
Yeah.
Let's see. Peter can sing Well Done. Ben says he loves the mandolin fillers. Well, thank you. Let's see. Yeah, Hank Williams song, definitely. Jerry is playing well today. Well, thank you. And Tom says he loves the second song. Let's see. Jack Moon. He doesn't have any question marks there. Jack doesn't, but he says, how do I get to be friend of the family so I get my Gibson L5 set up? Well, I have said I've caved in on this. I wasn't going to do this, but I've caved in. And if you stay at the rental retreat or the rental apartment at least one night, then you can bring an instrument and I'll do a setup or fix a crack or whatever, as long as it's relatively a small job. I mean, I'm not looking for something that's going to take 2 weeks to fix, you know what I mean? But if you'll stay overnight, at least one night, well, then I'll work on your instrument. But that's the only way. I'm not going to do it any other way. I'm not going to ship anything anymore. The shipping's a pain in the royal neck, let me tell you. And I'm really dreading the shipping on this auction. I mean, that is a nightmare. If you've ever done shipping, especially on instruments, it's a nightmare. So I'm really not looking forward to that at all. Not at all. Ben Boyd, Peter, my sister lives in
Bernkastel.
There you go. That's what I said.
Bernkastel.
Yeah, I would have said it just like that.
Yeah, right.
Germany on
It's the River Mosel.
Mosel.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's far away from me, but it's a very nice
Did
area.
they say Moin in...
No. They don't say Moin there.
They don't say Moin there?
They say Guten Morgen.
Oh, okay. Good morning.
Guten Tag. Guten Abend. Yeah, it's a nice place to live, and they are specialized on wine. If you like wine, that's the best you can get, I think.
Yeah. Well, she said they have a winery and a guest house?
Yeah.
Is that what that's called? A guest?
Yeah, guest house. Yeah. Yeah. Gasthaus.
Guest house?
Gasthaus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruce Ducker, use hide glue on that belt. Yeah, it'd take a lot of it. Let's see. David Tharp has question marks. A woman at the restaurant walked past me with a salad and said, "Do you know a cow died so you could eat that steak?" I said, "And if you hadn't eaten its food, it may have lived."
Yeah, that's
there you
right.
go. Well, that's a good point.
It's very easy to understand.
Yeah, except that it's hard for me to read. I'm just not a good reader. Let's see. Gary Hayes. Like the runs on the songs, Jerry, like Ben Boyd said. Okay, well, thank you. Let's see. Ben Boyd says, do you think the D28 binding issue would be a simple fix with canopy glue? Well, the answer is yes and no. Okay, I mean, it is really yes and no. The problem is that binding has shrunk a little bit. The canopy glue will glue it no problem at all. Not even a little problem. But the problem is that it has shrunk a little bit. So, stretching it back out might be a little bit of an issue. So what I would, I will fix the binding if somebody buys it and they want me to fix it. I will fix these auction instruments to a certain degree. I'm not going to go into huge, like refinishing a whole instrument or anything like that. I'm not going to do anything major. But if somebody wanted that binding fixed, I would fix the binding if they bought it in the auction. Now, I will not do it for free. I will charge you a fee for it, but it wouldn't be a lot of money for fixing that. But the problem is it needs to be stretched. So you would need to stretch that binding. And you can do that with some heat. and then you would, wrap it really tightly, heat it up, put the glue on it, wrap it really tightly, and it'll work. Now, will it hold forever? I don't know. I can't guarantee that, but I would say it would hold a very long time. I think it's not that hard of a fix. The worst case scenario is you fix it that way first. You always do the simple thing first, and that's the simple thing in this case. If that would fail again in the future, then what I would do would be to actually take a razor saw and saw the binding in half, glue it in place with the canopy glue, and you'd have to wrap it real tight and make with a cord or whatever, and make sure it's really tight and glued in place. And then there'll be a little tiny crack then because you sawed it in half with a razor saw, and then you would just fill that with another piece of binding, and you would barely be able to tell it. But it can be fixed one way or the other. It's not a huge fix, just so you understand. But I'm trying to be honest with everybody and tell them all the good things and the bad things with it, and the binding definitely does need some work on that. Let's see. Dottie says, Jack, you need question marks in front of your question. I'll go back up to wherever Jack is there. I don't see Jack. Oh, there it is, Jack Moon. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's the one. I did read that one. Let's see. So you don't actually have to be a friend of the family. If you stay at the rental retreat, you can get your instrument worked on, as long as we're not talking major surgery. Bill Mumbo, Jerry and Peter, I joined in on acoustic ukulele bass. Such fun. Acoustic ukulele bass. Oh my gosh. That almost sounds like jumbo shrimp. You can't really say that, right?
Oh, it's normal.
It's an oxymoron.
Ukulele bass. Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, guys, I think that's going to be it for today. We will see you tomorrow. Whoops, another one popped up there. Let me check it real quick. Wavy Grave says, rumor has it that a banjo player's wife invented the banjo mute. A little later, she invented the drill press. I don't get that one. Do you get it? Come on, Peter. Do you get it?
No, not yet.
Not yet. No. Okay. Rumor has banjo player's wife invented the banjo mute.
I know the banjo mute.
A little later, she invented the drill press. That one went right over. Sorry.
It's too difficult. For an old man, too difficult.
It's fretless rubber strings. Okay, I don't know what. On your ukulele bass.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we will see you tomorrow with something else. Thanks for being here.